this might be the timings for them to finally decide to engage. But there goes Kekedot. He won't be able to set up anything for his team because he gets taken out first. Yue, there's trying to look out for him, but it's James Pax that matters for Aurora. He gets taken down next. There, he will be receiving the Death Sonatas, and that's a flicker from Dominkai too, just making sure that he goes down, but he's been dancing around everyone. But first, that's the Vengeance forced out from there, and the Eternal Guard used by Aurora. Kekedot is down, and now Renegades Immortality popped, but Yue flickering in alongside Dominkai. This might just be a wipeout right before
The priestess of
There's
Primal
Edith.
Lightning.
Because it was Edith eventually.
All the evil gods.
So just one ult for Yue.
Yeah.
It's go big or go home.
sustain and all that.
Yeah.
You give it to
Welcome
Aurora,
to
but like
Mobile
the early
Legends.
to mid damage department would probably favor AP Bren.
It all comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen. One last game for the night. Who's going to take the dub? A reverse sweep by Aurora, or will AP Bren finally reintroduce themselves in the big leagues?
Oh, Chove Skirt poke down to half HP, and as we're seeing it right now, Kekedot's just helping James Pax really farm fast.
There's a lot of crowd control also though on the side of AP Bren, but in terms of their damage, it's very dependent on the Vexana and the Harith together. But if they can change their crowd controls at the right time, it might actually be very, very annoying for Demon Kite and Renegade to deal with. But again, just looking at the fact that there's a Granger and an Edith on the other side for Aurora, it's tough for AP Bren. This is a more demanding lineup for them to pull off.
Yep, for AP Bren, it's easy to, well, it's easy for Aurora to build defensive items. Like,
Yeah.
mainly magic to start. And then you start dealing with the problem of physical when AP brings the farm in. So, you see it here, Kekedot waiting to catch Edward off guard, and even James Pax comes to the party. Oh, I wonder if Abu Jingjing knows.
You don't have any information onto Kekedot and James Pax. They only saw Chove Skirt in the middle lane, so fortunately for Aurora, there aren't any pickoffs just yet. Both teams are just so careful. Oh no, wait, I take it back. That was a close call for Edward. He nearly got taken out, and that's the, whoa, revitalize.
All right, no, this makes sense. He needs to get level 4, get some wave in mid, and then hits the regenerate, so he'll be part of the turtle take. Oh, all this while, oh lord, look at this. The last Raider doing Raider things. He's gonna steal the orange.
Yep, that's an orange buff gone, and I think that's Aurora also showing that they're confident that they're gonna take this turtle. Good thing Shizo's gonna be checking the orange buff, and they'll get the read.
Oh, does he get it?
Yeah, I think he did secure, and then the turtle will eventually still go to AP Bren. So yeah, Demon Kite's early rotation and anticipation of the turtle going sideways for them scored them at least something on the map.
Yeah, and you see Aurora actually really respecting what we talked about, the sheer crowd control burst damage combo of AP Bren at this point in the game, that they're willing to give up the first turtle even though they have an Edith who was level 4 in time at that scenario. They're playing it safe, and it might be just like in game number 1, waiting for a turtle 2, turtle 3 scenario where they pop off and just take over the game.
Yep, they've been doing this for multiple times now. It's just that they're waiting for that turtle wherein they're already equipped to fight back or really commit to an engage against AP Bren. But look at Kekedot so far. He's been very patient. I haven't seen much ejector plays coming in from him just yet. It seems like they don't get to find the right targets.
Patience is a virtue for Kekedot. Something to note, folks, in case you're wondering, that is the new MPL skin on Edith. Just came out, so grab it now in case you're wondering, where's this purple skin from? That's what Edward's rocking. About 45 seconds until the turtle spawns. Second one of the game, lower quarter. Demon Kite just farming around. It's happening, Mom, it's happening. It's a Filipino game. No kills just yet.
Yeah, let's see if eventually we'll find K-Dot drop a Grammy Award-winning set and pickoff. But even so, Aurora has the right response again with the Eternal Guard on the hands of Yue. There will always be a counter response to whoever Kekedot can initially burst off. You guys are also going to get knocked up by a Valentina Eternal Guard. Yeah. So again, this is what we talked about with AP Bren. Timing, they really have to make sure that they're keeping things in check, remembering what Aurora can toss out in the counter, and not just full commit dive on everyone because that might be costly.
Yep, and this pathing again, kind of tells you that they are willing to let AP Bren start the turtle. Demon Kite has just taken his orange buff, but they nonetheless are positioned. Renegade and Edward, they're here, they're ready.
It's looking like a counter take at the flicker by Kekedot.
They go for Edward, but there is the AOG from Renegade, and now Kekedot can no longer go back to his teammates. He will be the first to get taken out. Shizu, though, there is the response from him. Using the Diamond Force, but Doming Kite with the free hits, just tossing those bullets, and there might be next the flicker from Yue as well, dodging the curse blast, and they will still be the ones to win the fight. Doming Kite gets outplayed by James Banks.
All this while, Demon Kite was going for the turtle, so he chose his battle. He says, brother, you got this. I'm going to take the objective. Was that me or was that a stray bullet by Doming Kite missing James Banks by an inch?
Yeah, just like one single one from the Rhapsody.
Yep.
And that could have taken down James Banks already. But good committal there actually by James Banks to acknowledge that, you know, there's a chance I can win this. I'm not going to back off. I'll just fight.
Yep, talk about a dead zone on the Granger. Just like the Sicilian, when you're that close to a long-range hero like this, you usually have them cornered, usually checkmate. So that's that sequence right there. And despite the turnaround by Aurora, small lead, very small win.
Oh, Doming Kite, could he be sensing this? Kekedot can actually look for him right here. There goes the unstoppable force and the ejector, but gets taunted by Renegade. Still gets to cast the ejector, but only towards his teammates. There's the AOG. Also landed towards Shizu, and right under the turret, he won't be able to sustain the damage of 5.
The silent kid will not survive to save his tier 1, but all this while, look at there. He's up there, pushing, takes tier 1 up top.
I was surprised that Shizu actually committed to trying to get the minion waves for defending that. The moment he saw that there were already 5 members of Aurora spotted out by Kekedot, he should have already been on the way back to base. He shouldn't have stuck there any longer. And he gets picked off as well. So that's a 1-2-2 start for the Harith. Not a good one for AP Bren. Looking at the items though, it is a 1,000 gold lead, favoring Doming Kite, already up to a very quick Sky Piercer. We'll be going to the, if I'm not mistaken, Malefic Roar for the third, while the Harith is still on the way to the Feather of Heaven, second item.
Oh, this is a fight waiting to happen. Renegade and Demon Kite engaging with Kekedot. There, pushing him back. A silver lining for AP Bren. Mr. Panks is actually up from Demon Kite by about 200 gold. Like, he's racing him. He got his second item first. So if the farm continues this way, then maybe AP Bren can set something up post-turtle.
Yep. Dare doesn't have his curtain call just yet though. So Aurora Gaming might be the ones to start this objective. We said it again.
Ooh.
So this might be the timings for them to finally decide to engage. But there goes Kekedot. He won't be able to set up anything for his team because he gets taken out first. Yue, Dare's trying to look out for him, but it's James Banks that matters for Aurora. He gets taken down next. Dare, he will be receiving the Death Sonatas. And that's a flicker from Doming Kite too, just making sure that he goes down. But he's been dancing around everyone. But that last bullet still connects, and he gets taken out.
What dead zone? Doming Kite flickers forward just to confirm the kill onto there in the face of a 2-man gank squad. AP Bren did not see that coming.
He sidestepped the Deathly Grasp too. Dare was pulling Doming Kite into the range of Chovskirt's Vexana. But just when I thought Doming Kite would get caught out by a Deathly Grasp, he went back a little bit. It was a fade away Death Sonata at that, and he got the kill still onto Dare.
I think they call that an FDS in the business. About a minute until the Lord spawns lower quarter. AP Bren catching their breath. James Banks now has his first death of Game 3. 8.5 minutes in. This is as macro tight as it gets.
Yeah.
And so far, Aurora are going through the cracks of where AP Bren will allow for them to. And so far, Demon Kite unscathed.
Yeah, how does Kekedot position himself and control the brushes though? It seems like every single time since Aurora right now, they get to group up a lot more. There's just so many ways for them to check the areas, the brushes around. It's those consistent Death Sonatas coming in from Doming Kite too, which ensures that they're in a safe spot.
That's why it costs Kekedot so much, either a conceal or a flicker, to even get anything started. Currently, Doming Kite sitting at 420 stacks. He's firing up.
Though we got to see there in the previous big team fight just how much a Gacha entry in an Edith ultimate will mess up an APBR team fight. Like, it's so demanding for them to fight under those ultimates. The entry of Renegade will mess up their formation, forcing them to re-scramble mid-team fight while they're avoiding certain things. And Edward's Primal Wrath will make them think twice about using all of their abilities at once.
He does have one on lock. Looking for it.
A successful Terrify and Flicker Shatter coming in from Edward 2 to take down Kekedot. But Renegade, will he survive this? Blade Surge coming in from James Pax, but there's the Revitalize to help him survive.
Mr. Panks was an inch away from a charge sever, so he couldn't get the double. Aurora lived to tell the story. They back off. Lord gets reset.
Revitalized just on time, and they were running at the right time as well.
In the right direction.
In the right direction. Shizu and James Pax could have gotten two, maybe even converted it into a third, maybe even threatened to show Aurora, hey, come closer, we're already going for the Lord. But now Aurora's still in control.
Oh my. AP Bren also trying to hold this mid lane, but it feels like it doesn't matter to Aurora MLBB anymore.
Nice chubby wave left up in the long lane. Passive push for Aurora, and we're back to the Lord Dance. Amazing work for Aurora again. Season 8 champions Blacklist, Season 9 champions RSG. The remnants of those two teams are in Aurora. They're masters of the Lord Dance.
Oh wait, but Kekedot and Shizu, who could they be after? There's the Conceal and the Flicker forced out from Yue.
Great use of space by Yue, baiting himself, using his body as quarry for AP Bren. And now the Lord Dance continues!
Kekedot goes in and there's a Terrify, but Edward won't be able to use the Primal Wrath. Shizu dancing there, Kekedot will be the train, and there on the back lines won't survive. Two will fall from Aurora, but there and Kekedot are gone from AP Bren.
2 for 2, lane for lane, but Aurora continue the onslaught, taking that mid lane.
Oh, Demon Guide!
What?
Going for James Pax in a successful solo kill!
The anime fight, the man with a million moves, fall at the hands of the last raider.
And Aurora will be able to get what might just be the last Lord of the game, with a game-winning push potentially on the way already. The biggest problem, every time Kekedot sets, Renegade always jumps in with the Avatar of Guardian, and that provides so much space for Dominkite and Yue.
The Hitman turned into the Hit Me Man. Great use of the kit, of the revitalized clutch for the rest of Aurora. They're looking at a 7,000 gold lead. A Lord pushing up top, and a bare base for AP Bren. Just inhibitors left after the next minute.
They could potentially be a bit more confident to take on the next fight. Shizu has just picked up his Holy Crystal too, but they have to take into consideration the Lord. It's also marching up top.
All right, if game 1 happens again, that same situation, then that'll leave a very sour taste in Aurora and the rest of the Auroras watching, because you already learned from that lesson. So they got to take this slow, got to be patient with the approach.
Okay.
Difference is you don't have a setup like a Badang for there.
Oh, but that's
Renegade?
the Terrify used right onto Renegade. But
He's just zoning. He's just
yeah,
zoning.
he was just zoning. That was his main purpose, taking down an inhibitor turret away from AP Bren. So this is indeed Aurora being more disciplined in approach in maintaining this lead.
Aurora using that Lord to its full advantage, as conservatively as you can get. There's another one spawning in a minute and a half. Massive gold difference across the board.
Okay, James Banks going for Queen Swings. Oh, Edward!
Oh, wait, he gets to go in, uses the Cyclone Eye to get there. There, though, speaking of there, there's the vengeance coming in from him. The let him survive. A beautiful Eternal Guard coming in from Chop's Skirt, but Dominkite still makes it out alive. Edward 2 with the flicker, and none from Aurora will die.
Luckily, he had the energy to stay alive and dash out, spell vamp his way to staying alive.
Dominkite, with the energy, was able to provide a gap between himself and danger. And now Aurora are knocking on the doors of AP Bren saying, I am the danger.
There and Kekedot still have 5 seconds before they get to respawn. And the rest of the members of APBR will handle the waves.
And the danger now retreats. The danger takes to the rest of the map, keeps it red, freezes the waves, sets up for this next Lord spawning in the upper quarter. Look at the damage that the former Doming, now Doming Kite, is dealing. Almost twice as much as Shizo, like, 1.7 times?
Yeah. That's rough, very rough for APBR. Again, it always seems like the Aurora is very ready for Shizo. The moment they see the Zaman Force laid down by the Harris,
they just back off.
Yeah, they just back off. They recalibrate. They don't fully retreat away from the fight, but they're just trying to stay away from the dashes, making Shizo think, am I actually going to dash into this? It'll be risky if I do. And Shizu just ends up being too far away from Aurora to actually hurt them. Now look at the placement of Shizo and Kekedot here. This is going to be an all-in, one last chance play.
Okay. If I'm not mistaken, Doming Kite also has the Winter Crown. So could they be looking for an opening or a play here?
Oh, there is a little too deep. RORA spots him, forces him out of there, lets go of that river brush control, and all this while Kekedot and Shizo still keeping themselves scarce. Now the jig is up, and Aurora are blitzing the Lord.
Oh no, they find Shizu, they get the information, and no contest whatsoever will happen for APBR.
Tranquilo, my friend. They used patience and calm to get that Lord for free.
Yeah, with a chubby wave down in the bottom lane, that did force James Spanks to respond. And Aurora, the moment they saw the jungler of APBR down at the bottom lane clearing waves, they just went ahead for it. Divine Glaive already built up there for the Harith. So, again, the question isn't the damage, but can he actually get in the right spot to deal the damage? Because Doming Kite has been making himself scarce. He's been utilizing the flicker very well to disengage away from Zaman Force and away from Shizo when he shows up in front of him.
Not to mention the real threat. Unless Dare finds him first, Demon Kite can hunt down Shizo. It doesn't work the same way anymore. It's not the same dynamics as the Joy hunting you down as a Harith. It's now a Nolan.
Yeah. And now with 3 waves coming in together all at the same time, will Aurora find a way to end this? Renegade going in with the AOG, but they will be focusing on clearing out the Lord first. That's the Vengeance forced out from there, and the Eternal Guard used by Aurora. Kekedot is down, and now Renegade's immortality popped, but Yue flickering in alongside Doming Kite. This might just be a wipeout right before the Northern Lights successfully complete the reverse sweep.
The win streak continues for Aurora Gaming as they take Game 3 and the series 2-1.
We could have ended the day with another Savage on a Granger, but Edward got the last hit. Doming Kite walks away with a Maniac, but at the end, Aurora walks away with a win.
There's going to be a long talk between